Hi everyone, this is Orb505, also known as Mark Brad, and today we're going to be having a look at a slightly different game called The Hunter. It's a game you can get off the internet if you just go to www.thehunter.com, I believe it is. It's a pay-to-play game, but there is a free mode that you can use, but you can only hunt one type of animal and you can only go onto one map, but you've still got everything that you're going to see in this game. If you are in the free version, in either version you have to buy your equipment, and you do that with in-game money, which you can in turn buy with real money. If you're in the free mode, you also have to buy ammunition. If you are going down the pay-to-play route, though, you get all your ammunition free. Saying that, it's only about $14-15 US for 3 months, so it's not an entirely massive drain on your wallet. What we're going to be doing today is we're going to be doing one of the missions that you can do in the game, and this mission is to shoot a white-tailed buck, so that's a male deer, at a distance of 450 feet or more. So I've already decided which map we're going to be looking at, Settlers Creek if memory serves, and this is just before we go into the reserve itself. This is where we can set up our equipment. So at the moment we've got a rifle, it's 0.3 bolt action, we've got a scope on that, and we've got ammunition. We've got 20 rounds of ammunition for that. We've also got a crossbow, just in case we see anything a little bit closer that we want to shoot at, but not make a lot of noise, so we're disturbing all the other wildlife, possibly disturbing something a bit further away that we want to shoot at. We've got a tree stand which we can hoist up a tree and set up there. We've got some lures as well. Now these particular lures we don't need because they're for different deer. So let's go to our lures section. Now we're doing a white-tailed deer, so we're going to need some white-tailed urine to use as an attraction, and also we'll get the deer bleat and the grunt as well, and that should work as far as I know for mule and whitetail, so that should be okay in there. We've got a rangefinder as well, so we can measure the distance, because it is a distance critical mission, this one. So let's continue into the game. I'm just going to turn my earphones down a little bit because that's a bit loud. So for those of you that's not played the game before, we're on the map that we've made a decision to take. There is a wiki in game, so you can see which species are more prevalent on different islands. You can see these are all the different islands we've got, but this is the one that we're on. We're here. We're going to make it round in this direction, up this path, so we want to turn, we're pointing north at the moment, so we want to go east. This in our hand is our hunter's mate. This gives us a little bit of help. It identifies any tracks that we come across and any calls that we might hear. I'm sure there's not going to be anything in the real world which comes up to this, but it does replace some of the senses that we are going to be lacking because we're playing a game and we're not in real life. Before we continue, let's just get our rifle and we'll just load that up, so when we need it, it's going to be straight there. Let's carry on. Now I'm not sure how this is going to pan out as a video, because a lot of this is going to be me walking around looking for signs, which isn't going to make an extraordinarily exciting video. So I'm going to be doing a lot of editing and turning the video off. Oh, you probably heard that. That was a female, because it was bleating rather than grunting. You can see on our hunter's mate it's come up, and you can see that's where it was. You can see the little flashing circles, but we're not after a female, we're after a male, so we'll carry on down here. And I'm just going to leave the trail slightly and carry on straight ahead to pick up the other trail on the other side, because that's the kind of direction I'm wanting to go. So if I can't zoom in any more than that, but you can see with the trail here, and we want to go in that direction, I think, or at least come down here and up there. So yeah, we're going to cross that little bit there, pick up the trail on the other side. So I'm going to pause the video, stop recording, and we'll come back when I find anything of interest. Catch you in a minute. Okay, we've been walking down this trail, and you can see this red arc. Now you can switch these red arcs off if you want to be really kind of more realistic, but that's showing us a track, and you can see this track is feces. Something's taken a dump, so we can identify that as a male deer, male whitetail. So there has been a male whitetail going around here. Now we've logged that as a trail. Any other tracks that we find from the same animal, the exact same animal, will come as like a red glow rather than just that halo. Now I'm just coming off that track here at the moment because I've seen this clearing, and I just want to investigate. It's starting to rain now as well, because we're going to try and shoot this at a fair distance, and I could really do with a bit of killing ground. Let's get our rangefinder out, see what the range over there is. Now over to that tree, about 325 feet. We're going for 450 if memory serves. I just heard another female bleating. What are we looking at now? Yeah, so we're getting close to 400 feet. What I'm thinking is if we could set up a tree stand, maybe this tree here, looking out this direction, put some of our scent down there, attract a buck out there. We're looking at 400, 450, maybe just a bit too short. Yeah, let's try and find a different place where it's going to be a little bit short though. It was coming up about 400 feet, but we might find another area on the map similar, which is going to give us a better setup. So let's carry on and we'll see what we can find. Okay, it's still raining. We found another trail of another whitetail buck. So one's been in this area. We've got a permanent tree, well, a permanent tower over here. which I'm going to go and take a look at. I'm just wondering whether we might be able to get a bit of distance. Let's have a look. We've got another sign here. That's a female. I'm not sure in the game mechanics what rain does, whether that's going to be masking the sound of us or masking our scent. There's the footprints from that same female going off in that direction. Females are not what we want. There's another sign here. Let's have a look at this. Another female, again going off in the same general direction. So let's get up this tower and let's just get a range find to that line of trees over there. 430, 475. Again, it's a little bit short. If we saw anything coming, we'd have to be shooting it really that tree, a little bit past that tree. It is quite a distance that we've got to shoot. All that dark patchy ground. Okay, that dot, I'll just put a rangefinder on that dot. That is about 460 feet away. What I'm going to do is climb back down from here, walk over to where that dot is, and we're going to put a bit of scent down and see if we can attract any bucks over here. Come back to our tree, our tower there, and see if we can attract anything in, draw it in, and get the shot. So we'll set that up. So here we are on the spot. It's directly on the trail. And you can see there's the tower. So we're going to have to get something on this trail. We've got a few tracks here. Let's have a look at these. And it is a male that is around here going off in that direction. We could draw it back out, hopefully. Let's try going to our inventory, and that's our urine slot 4, so let's back to the game. Let's spray some down there, and let's get a call out. Get back to our stand. Hopefully, by the time we get back there, something might be coming, attracted to the urine. Hopefully, that rain. I'm not sure with the in-game mechanics, the rain washes that away. Hopefully not. Doesn't seem to on the scent eliminator that we use on ourselves, and because we get an in-game message saying when the scent eliminator is worn off, and it doesn't seem to wear off any quicker whether it's been raining or not. So I'm hoping that that's the same with that scent. So let's get back to our tree house and see what we can see. The graphics I think are pretty good. I think it's really good at representing the terrain that you're in. I believe the vegetation is accurate to the type of habitat that we're supposed to be in. They don't openly say in game, in the forums, where in the world. It's a mythical part of the world where we're in, but it is based on a real area. I think there is one of the maps which is supposed to be in Canada, for example, and there's another one which is supposed to be in Germany. So, rifle out. And it's that kind of area that we want to be shooting, so let's see if anything's going to turn up for us. Okay, we've attracted something, but it's the wrong sex. We've got a doe over there. On the 460 mark, I think. It's hard to get a proper lock on the rangefinder. But she's just on the track, so we're probably around about 450, just approaching. But certainly not what we're looking for. Looks like, yeah, she's calling now. Hopefully her calls might bring a buck in with any luck. She's certainly going off in that direction where that buck, where the trail of that buck went. It's not going to do me any good because I want the buck to come out rather than her to go in. Certainly this isn't a game of running around and shooting. It's not your... Although I suppose it could be classed as a first person shooter because we are in the view of first person. It's certainly not your traditional first person shooter. But I think people who like taking the sniper role in a traditional first person shooter might like this. Because it is very sniper-like, but it does have other challenges than just trying to find a guy on a map. It's not like you can spawn camp a Nazi headquarters and wait for all the people to come pouring out. You've got to search for your quarry and do it well. So it comes in with its own challenges. She's hiding behind that tree. Let's do another call maybe and just see if we can... Don't want to be calling too much because I'm sure it'll just spook the animal. Yeah, I can just see there. One thing I don't want is any comments on this video saying, oh, it's cruel and all the rest of it, because let's get it in perspective, guys and gals. We're actually shooting polygons here. Polygons and pixels, and if anything, the more realistic they can get this simulator, and it might attract people who are hunters to just use this rather than go out hunting. I know it's not going to be a complete replacement, but it's certainly going to be something as a cheaper alternative, and as we are in a recession, and it might just give a few animals a bit of respite. Obviously the die-hard hunters you're not going to cure, but occasional hunters that just like the thrill. You don't know, they might turn to this as a cheaper alternative. Just saying. Don't want any comments about that either. Yeah, but that call seems to have been attracting the deer, that doe over here. So, yeah, okay. We'll pause the game here. We'll pause the video in here, and we'll see what we turn up. Okay, what I've decided to do is, this female's getting quite close here, and I'm concerned that me moving around up here might spook her, have her running off, and then spook any nearby males. So I'm going to take this down. I'm not sure of the ethical nature of this, and I'm pretty sure that you're not allowed to hunt females. You're certainly not penalised as far as I'm aware in game, so I don't want to spook anything, so I'm going to use my crossbow. She's heading off in that direction, and this is a problem now. This is a big problem because I can't leave. I've obviously got a shot on it, and I will get penalised in game if I don't go after her and claim it or finish the job. You can't leave an animal maimed, so I'm going to just get in the crouch position and walk through. Let's just see where I shot her, which is over here. In the crouch position, you're supposed to make less noise. So this is where she was. Let's pick up this trail. You can see the blood splatter here, and if I come over here and pick up this trail, at least should give me something to pick up on. I'm beginning to wish that I just left it now. So she headed off in this direction that we already know. And we see we've got more blood as she fled off in this direction, so we're going to have to go and try and find her and either claim the deer if she does die, or just try and track her down and finish the job off. That's a different, it's the same one. That cries from a different one. Right, so I'll go and try and find this doe and see if we can just complete that job. We're still looking for this injured doe. Begin to think that it wasn't a critical injury because I'm still finding fleeing tracks, but I'm no longer finding any blood splatter. And to top it all off, I have been hearing grunts from a male buck back over in the direction of where we were, so really beginning to think that this was a bad move. Yeah, I can see we've got another. Now it's roaming now, so she's finished running. But I can see off in the distance, this is a different animal here because you can see it's an arc rather than shaded in like these, but you can see these are from the same one that we're tracking. More blood. That's... this looks like it might be the actual body by the looks of it. Yeah, I think this is her. She either died or she's collapsed. One of the two. She had one final dump before she went anyway. Yeah, this is her. So, no critical hits. You can see there's the internal organs. We didn't hit any of them, so we probably just did a flesh wound and she's just bled to death by the looks of it. But we can take a photo for the book. And carry on with our hunts now. We did hear something back in the direction of where we were, so I'm going to make my way back. At least it stopped raining, the sun's out now. We're still in our crouched position, trying to keep our noise down to a minimum. And just to say that the rain starts coming through again. So we'll make our way back to our tree location where I heard that white-tailed buck and see if we can pick that up. Hopefully it's at a distance that we're going to be able to claim this 450 feet at. So we'll come back in a second. Okay, we're back to the position on the road. We've just heard a grunt. You can just see it fading out hopefully on the map, and it was over in that direction. Let's just get our rangefinder up, see if there's anything we can see at all. Nothing that I can see. Let's just see if we can get into this patch of trees here. Give ourselves a little bit more cover. What's that? That's about 360 feet, so that's still going to be not close enough. Not too close, I should say. Unbelievable the distance you've got to shoot this for this mission. Let's get our grunt out and see if we can we've got a bleed, but it's not what we're after. Can't see anything still. You'd say that was a third distance, but it's still only about 330 feet. It's going to be really difficult to find somewhere where we can get a clear patch of ground and take one of these down. fact where I'm screwing it off with this thing now, but okay, we can see one there. I don't know whether you can just pick it up. That's definitely a doe. But I picked up a grunt in that direction as well. That's definitely a doe, that. I'm going to keep looking out here, see if that grunt emerges again. It was definitely a grunt of a buck coming from near that tower. Right, I can see, you see he's here, very close, far too close for what we want. And unfortunately he's coming closer. That doe is all the way over there, and why he can't go and bloody chase her, I have no idea. There is another mission where you've got to get a couple of mule deer bucks at £200 each. I think he's getting so close now where any movement from us is just going to startle him off. I'm not entirely sure what we can do. I don't want to shoot him at this range. It's not going to make any difference to our mission, and it'll probably scare anything else off. I'm tempted just to try and let them get a bit of distance between us. Let's see if I can get him that way. Okay, I've picked up another grunt back towards the stand, so I'm going to slowly make my way back there and see if I can pick that up at the distance that we require. So I can see the stand from here. Let's get my rangefinder out. Really on the edge of what we're needing. A tree stand maybe up in that tree might have been a good idea in hindsight, but if I go and put one up now, all the clattering and noise will just scare off everything within 100 metres of here, so a bit too late for that. But we've got a fairly decent view from here. That grunt again. I think if he comes over there, I think I'll just take the shot anyway and take a chance. There he is. Right, let's get our rifle out. We'll go prone. hopefully we're going to see him. Take a breath. And one shot. Okay, we might as well run now. There's no, if we stand up, there's no point in sneaking around anymore. That shot would have scared anything off. Let's hope. It was a fair distance away, but I've got a funny feeling it was only probably about 430. Where we wanted 450. It was round about this direction. This is the problem you have. There we go. It's definitely a clean kill, probably through a lung. Yeah, through the lung. 418 feet. It's just a little bit under. So that's a bit unfortunate. I think it's going to be a very difficult mission to complete this. Just not really on the shot, but trying to find one at an appropriate distance. Okay, we'll carry on. Okay, you can see the trail that we've been taking. So here's where we started off when we came down here. Here's the tower, and we basically came away from there to get that doe that we shot and come back on ourselves, and then took the shot on the buck. I think what we'll do is get back onto that trail and continue up the trail up here and see if we get any more luck down in that direction. Because of the editing, I'm not sure how long that this video that you're watching has been going, but certainly in real time this is just approaching an hour that we've been playing the game. So we'll carry on down this trail and we'll see if there's anything else that we can pick up. Just come across this, thought I'd show you. We've found a mushroom. You can collect them. I've not got an idea what you do with them. I'm sure there's going to be something on the wiki or such thing, but that's two I've collected. That was a common mushroom. That's the only ones I've ever seen. I'm assuming that there's going to be different species. Whether it's going to be a thing for future development in the game, I'm not too sure. There's another bit of a meadow. Again, I don't think that is going to give us really a good distance to shoot from. The biggest distance I've shot a deer in the game is with the rifle I'm using now, and it's about 600 feet. So it can be done. But that was about a year ago. I'm coming back to this game now after about I'd say about 6 or 8 months out. It is one of those games where you tend to drift away and then come back from. But they're constantly adding new content, new maps, new animals to hunt. A variety of animals in here, from pheasants and turkeys, wild hog, all different types of deer, mule deer, whitetail, red deer, roe deer, and there's even elk, Roosevelt elk and moose as well to hunt, and brown bears, and coyotes, I believe. Now, brown bears are one thing which I've tracked about 7 of them, but I've not actually even seen one yet, let alone shot one. Certainly something that I think I'll take a shotgun out with slugs in rather than pellets to try and take one of them big things down. But I believe they can also charge and take you out, so there is a little bit of danger in there. Now, by the looks of it, this looks like to fall into a bit of a ravine. I'm wondering whether this might give us a bit of distance that we're looking for. Probably worth just taking a look. You can see on the map there's a campsite up ahead as well. Yeah, but I don't think we're really going to get the distance that we're after down there. Oh yeah, it was about 465. I think the chance of finding something just coming down, it's a bit misty as well, which is going to obscure our view. I think the chances of something just coming randomly along for a drink of water are going to be a little bit remote. There does seem to be a bit of a clearing. I'm not sure whether I heard something then. No. Seems to be something with a little bit of a clearing over in that direction. Let's have a look over there. So we'll come back in a second, just have a look at this clearing. Okay, we've got a good overview of this clearing here, and even at that kind of middle distance, that clearing, we're talking 500 feet. I'm thinking if we put our tree stand on this tree here, gives a good look into that valley. That might be a good thing. Let's put that up there. And let's get up into our tree. Yeah, I'm wondering whether we should just stalk out up here for a little bit. Might go down and spray some of that urine. It seemed to have a good effect over at the other site. And just see what turns up. So I'll sit up here for a bit and we'll see what arrives. Right, we've just sprayed a bit of urine in the middle of that field. Okay, just give a quick blast on there and we'll walk back. Our tree stand should be in that centre tree there, just on that ridge. So if we go back there, and hopefully something might come in the general direction. There has been deer around here. You can see there's 2 tracks of a female, whether they came down to drink after waking up. From the wiki, from what I can gather, deer generally sleep between 8 in the morning till around about 2 in the afternoon, and you can see it's about 3. And that's over in that direction. Let's just go and investigate that. It is a buck. I think it's probably worth investigating. We can always come back here. We're going to have to remember to pick our tree stand up anyway, because you see we've got a little mark on the, you can see that tree mark on the hunter's mace. But if you don't, they are persistent, you will leave your tree stand on this map. And you'll have to come and pick it up when you want it again. Let's see, we're not going to get the distance we're looking for from over there. I think we're just going to go back, maybe give a blast, see if we can draw it out, and hopefully it might go down where we need it. They generally, from what I can gather, just give one blast. I only hear them call once, so perhaps that's what we should do if we're trying to mimic it. Let's see where we can. There, yeah, there it is. You can see it in the tree there. There is tents as well that you can pitch. I've not brought one with me on this mission. We can pitch tents, and they will be persistent on the map and act as like a spawn point. So instead of having to spawn at the cabin, you can have like basically a mobile spawn point which you can put down wherever you want. So we could put a tent up here, and the next time we're using this map we can either spawn at the cabin or up here, and you can have up to 5 on one single map. But it's something you do have to buy with in-game money. There's that one again from that direction. We really want them down here though. That's our killing ground over there. Round about near that rock is where I sprayed, so hopefully something's going to come out there. So we'll stay up here for a bit and see if anything comes about. Okay, you can see we've got a male coming in there now, about 5:30. Let's see if we can. Steady our breath. It's running. I think we did get a shot on it. And I can't see it coming from behind that tree. I think we hit it and it fell behind that tree. So let's get out of here. We'll get our tree stand as well, because I don't think we're going to be needing that, and let's run down, because I think we've just got our mission complete. I think that might have been about a 5:30, 5:20 shot, if we got that. I think we did. Like I said before, there's no danger in running now. Running is going to create more noise, but that gunshot would have scared off any animal. Okay, it was around about here. Yeah, I think we'll find this is a blood splatter, I hope. Yeah, we've got a blood splatter. And he went running off in this direction. and then these are the trees he went up behind here, and I think I can see his body up there. If we just run, I think that's him, yeah. At a 5'9", nearly 5'10" feet, and you can see we've got that mission complete. We've done it. Nice one. Let's handle his head. Excellent. Right, well, that's mission accomplished. So we've collected our tree stand. We can just leave the reserve, and then so here we are on the title page. I'm hoping you can see this. Sometimes Fraps doesn't pick up Firefox very well, but you can see overall we spotted 4 deers. We trapped 3 of them, and we harvested 3 as well, because we had, if you remember, we had 2 males and 1 female, and that was the one we got, the male that we got first of all, where we got with a long shot. Didn't get a vital on the last one, but we did get it on the over the 450. But no vital hit, but we did hit it overall. 100% hit accuracy, 3 shots, over 2 weapons and 3 kills. So yeah, that's a good result. Give the game a go. Like I said, there is a free version that you can play. You do get some basic weapons, and you can play 1 map and have a license to kill just the 1 animal, but you can always just play it and see how it goes, and then subscribe if you want to from there. If you've liked this video, please do leave a like and a comment. If you've disliked it, please hit the dislike button, but also please do leave a comment, because we want to know why. If you want to see more of this game, and perhaps even leave a comment if you want to see a particular animal. We've gone through some of the animals that you can find, so if there's a particular animal you want me to go out and hunt, leave a comment and we'll see what we can do for you. But until next time, this is Orb505, Mark Brad signing off, and catch you later.